I think, is it better to hear? Okay, so I'm going to use this then. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Migiwa Miyajima. I go by Miggy. I am originally from Japan and live in New York at this moment. But no, at this moment, I live in Minnesota. Yeah, at this moment, I'm staying at the Anderson Center, which is an amazing place, beautiful place. My hobby is taking pictures of the sunset and the sunrise, so I just go out and I do it every day. So anyways, amazing place to dig in more about my work. And today, I like something like this because when at the concert I look like this, I look all fancy, and it's just like act like a fancy musician. But here, like this way, I can share a lot about like how I create my art and what I am actually thinking while I'm creating or in my process. And if you have any questions, you can just jump in. I can stop talking and then just hear your questions and answer. So I want to make it really interactive, and and then I hope you enjoy the process of the what I do. So the first thing I want to share with you is what I do in New York. I have a 1-minute promotional video of my main thing. So I have 17-piece jazz orchestra, and that's my main thing to do in New York. So this is not this. This one is the promotional video. So this is at the Bardland Jazz Club in New York. I write all music to this band, so 17 people, including myself, playing together. That's that. So I'm going back to my introduction. So my thing is my life is interesting. So I didn't go to music school. That's the special thing. So if you go to New York and if you meet musicians and I ask them, no one is like me. Everyone goes to music school in this era, but I did not have a chance to do it. So I first became an editor-in-chief of a popular travelers magazine in Japan, but then I resigned and became a full-time musician when I was 30. I was, again, like there are 2 very popular travelers magazine, and I was one of those editor-in-chief, so that's a super fancy job. But when I was doing that, I was thinking, I was expecting to contribute to the society in a better way, but I couldn't. I found myself not really doing that, and I was also more like a weekend musician at the moment. I was already writing music based on the real stories of my life. Then it's like I was a busy editor, so I could only do 1 concert or 2 concerts per year with like the small venues, like only 100 people can come in. Then the magazines were like, I don't know how many copies. It's 200,000 copies per month or something. So it's a big one. So then I compared these 2 things, and then I found that when I do music, when I write things based on my life stories, very personal things, then I found the audience came to me after the concert every time from the really little kids to more like veteran elder people, they came to me and said, "You've just changed my life," or "You just knocked me out," or just so many things. And they were sometimes crying. And I started thinking, what's my actual call? And I felt more myself when I heard from this audience that you have just changed my life with your music. I really felt this is what I wanted to do. So it was probably not a smart decision, but I just resigned it with no, I have no secure plan, but I just resigned and became a freelance musician at Sardi. So, and after that, after that, in 2011, we in Japan had this huge earthquake. I survived it. I'm one of those survivors. But it was really a shocking experience. And the unlucky thing for me was like I was applying for the government scholarship. I wanted to come to New York to study jazz. And then the earthquake hit the country. And half of the country got affected. And every day, like imagine every day. So right now in this country, if you turn on the TV, it's all about the presidential election. But at that moment in Japan, if you turn on the TV, everything was about earthquake, how many people are still missing, how many people are still suffering from something. In that moment, I took that money from the government to come to New York. So that became really heavy thing for me. So that's one of my big theme in my life, how I pay back to my country. And so then I got the scholarship from it's just 100 artists out of all Japan, and including dancers or movie, artists or everyone. But I got selected, and I could come to New York to study in 2012. Then now I'm here, so I'm surviving after 13 years. And now I'm writing a book about how you make your dream come true too. So that's my life. So next thing I want to share with you is this. So today I will share with you my ongoing work that I'm still writing at the Anderson Center every day. And that work is connecting my mother's story to my life stories and making it as a musical suite. And it will be probably like 70-something minutes, and it has a lot of music explaining about my mom's stories and continuing to my stories. And in my mom's story, I need to talk about this lady. This lady, Ayako Miura, is one of the most famous Japanese novelists. And my mother happened to be the first secretary of hers. So my life was like, she was like grandma for me. So my life was like, when I was a kid, so I got the call from her and saying, like, my new work will be in the bookstores next week or something like that. So, and I was surrounded by the shelf with her books. So, and then I heard from my mother that, this is her word. She said, I would rather write something that can save someone than put my name in the literary history. So, and she is known as a novelist who wrote a lot of deep, deep, deep things about life, truths of life, and still save people's life. That was the theme of her novels. So I still trust that the one art or one work one artist can make can save other people's lives later. So that's my trust. And so all these are coming into one project that I'm going to share with you a little bit. So this Unbreakable Hope and Resilience project is one of my very big life works. And this is based on the 6 survivors, including myself. 5 survivors and myself, plus 15 volunteer people who made a volunteer group in New York, and kept helping the Japanese people for 10 years. So I interviewed all of them, and they wrote pieces based on each story. So this is the video that I'm talking about, that project. What I'm doing is I'm interviewing over 10 people. Some are survivors of the event, and some are the people who founded a volunteer group. I'm writing the piece based on each interviews and those stories and also my experience. This is going to be a little shocking video and the pictures a little bit.
人間ってやっぱり苦しい方ばっかりにはいけないようになってるんで、なんか自分を奮い立たせてその何かやりたい。やっぱりそういうのを求める。
Yeah, I'm going to read it too. So she's saying,
なんか自分を奮い立た
I
せ
think
て
it is.
その何かやりたい。やっぱりそういうのを求める。自分の中の底力をせてその何か。
Okay. So she said, I think it is not in our nature as human beings to dwell on negative emotions.
なんか自分を奮い立たせてその何かやりたい。
We all have inner strengths, a power to overcome ourselves and stand up again. She lost her parents by tsunami, and I found it really fascinating that she could actually say it after I was interviewing her. This video was taken like 8-9 years after the earthquake. By the way, this place was a town, but everything is gone. So now, it just looks like a construction place, but there was a town here.
やっぱりそういうのを求める自分の中の底力だと思うんだよね。
So this is her son. So this young guy lost his grandparent. To build a society where we can better support each other, that's what I want to do. 311 is the kind of nickname to call this earthquake. So 311 helped me realize that.
社会を実現していきたいなっていうところを強く感じるようになったのは311。
This is my mother. She developed cancer 5 years after the earthquake. So she's saying, what is the best way to comfort other people? How can I help them?
だから本当に人を慰められるか、どういうことが人を助けるかっていう。
I could not have learned these answers without 311. The experience I gained in working with them is vital for me, to me.
その地震の体験の時にも経験して貴重な体験だったし。
But the story is really mind-blowing. So he's a pastor at the church, but church was the closest one to the exploded nuclear plant in Fukushima.
涙を拭いて半歩でも一歩でも前に出ようとしたその
So he says we wipe the tears from our eyes and pushed forward one step at a time or even half a step. So this is in his church. So this is once in a year you are allowed to come into that place. It's so dangerous, so you can't come back. It was your place, but you cannot come back anymore. So, and they're wearing the special white clothes to get in the place. And they actually built this new church 1 or 2 years before the earthquake, so they wanted to come back and do some services. So that's what they are doing in this white clothes.
プロセスを前進することが一瞬一瞬が人生だよ。
This process of moving on should be embraced.
尊いよ。
So this amazing guy was in a safe place when the earthquake happened, but after that happened, he was a busy IT person, tech person. He thought about his life and he actually moved into Fukushima after this.
もっと上に大事なことってあるよな。
My 311 experience made me wonder, don't we have something more important to do in life?
自分の価値観が変わって、多分何もしない
I knew I would regret not moving to Fukushima.
だったら後悔するなって思ったし。
It was interesting to see that everyone was talking about positive stuff. So I thought that's the beauty. I'm trying to focus on hope, future, resilience and strength and those positive things.
Okay, I'm going to stop this video here because there's a logo of my very much favorite foundation. So this Jerome Foundation on your left, Jerome Foundation gave me a fellowship when I was still emerging artist. Emerging artist is the name? Yeah, emerging is for the emerging artist. So, and they have this amazing fellowship that has a mentorship and everything, and they will be their parents for 2 years, basically. And I was selected for the first fellow, one of those first 60 fellows, and that changed my life. So I used their funding to pursue this project. And we have one person, Andrea, from the Jerome Foundation today. So thank you for coming, and thank you for your help. Yeah, this is the Jerome Foundation is based in Minnesota, and I'm so happy that I'm in Minnesota. Just, that's the main reason that I'm so happy. Jerome Foundation is amazing. So anyway, this became my life work because of my interesting past that I applied to that grant of Japanese government at that moment, and I got it when we were still struggling. And I survived and came to New York next year. So then I did this project and interviewed a lot of people and learned about a lot of truths of life and also resilience and hope. And we have this like seed kind of thing in your heart that can, like if you water them, it's gonna come out. But if you just leave it as it is, it's gonna dry out. But if you keep watering it, the hope and the resilience and then those things will come out. That's the truth of human beings I learned from this project. Then that led me to this project that I'm working on right now at the Anderson Center. So again, like my mom's life and my life are both, I feel like, really interesting. So that's called The War Destroyed My Dreams, but not my voice. So this is my mother's voice. And I'm gonna close it up. So it's my mom's stories and coming to my story. So it has intro, and basically my mom's story is she was born right after the World War II, and because of that, her family became very, very poor, and she needed to give up her dream to come to the US to study to be a singer. But then her daughter, me, is in the US and being a musician. So this is really interesting story. So I'm making the each steps of her life. And she was actually carrying a suicide note when she was young because of the poverty and because she needed to give her dream up. So, but then she met that novelist, and that changed her life. So I am including these things in making the how do you call it? It's still ongoing, so I'm still writing this piece, but I want to show you what I'm writing at this moment. And I need you, Jason, will you help me to scroll the screen? I have, so this is so unfinished, so I have to combine a lot of media, so I will have my friend come up to the stage and help me. Thank you so much. So I will have this thing, narration here. Will you, so it's there. So I will play the narration. I'm reading these things, but it's kind of unclear. So will you please scroll it down and so that everyone can read it? Yep. Thank you so much. So now 200. This is the largest. So I will. So what I'm gonna do, it's like I am planning to have a hire one narrator and read this thing, but today I just recorded it by myself. So I will play it, and I will play the background I'm planning to play together with the narration. So it's like that. All right? My name is Yuko Miyajima. I'm surprised to find that I have already turned 75. My eldest daughter wants to turn my life into music, so now, at the age of 75, I am reflecting on my life. My early life was marked by the aftermath of World War II. My father was a constructor working in the Japanese occupied area, now part of China. During the war, people were told that working in the area was like joining the gold rush, and many migrated there with hopes, unaware of the reality. In 1945, Japan lost the war. Amidst the shift from Japanese to Chinese control, he was asked by the new Chinese government to stay there and help build its towns, and he said yes. I was born in 1948, 3 years after the war ended. When I was a few months old, a secret messenger visited him and shared that the area would be attacked because of the Civil War. My parents immediately decided to go back to Japan. But the journey involving rickety trains and boats avoiding the flames of civil war was unimaginably harsh. Looting and massacres everywhere. Babies who cried at night were killed to avoid detection. To save on provision and earn money, young children were sold to Chinese foster parents. Children often missing from our travel group. When a baby died, the dead child would be thrown out of the window, so there were many mothers on the train who hid the fact that their babies had died and held them tightly. I wonder what my parents felt traveling with my 12-year-old brother, 3-year-old sister, and me, an infant. The journey took many months, and by 1949, we finally arrived in Hokkaido, Japan. After settling, we faced new challenges, discrimination, and poverty. My father, labeled a traitor for not returning immediately after the war, struggled to find work that matched his skills. We were poor. My mother didn't know if she would be able to get enough coins to buy the next day's food, so she would have me buy something in the morning. It was my job as a little girl to knock on the door of the store before it opened and ask for a pack of beans. And I was really miserable having to buy only one pack, even though there were 4 of us in the house. My salvation was singing. I joined the choir of the national TV station, and though I always loved solos to friends, singing felt genuinely good. We didn't have a piano at home, so I would rush to eat my lunch and then run to the unheated music room to practice piano in freezing temperatures. At home, I practiced on a keyboard drawn on a paper, dreaming of working after high school to save money, attending the kindergarten teacher's college, singing with kids, and sharing my joy of singing with them. Thank you, Jason, for scrolling it. So it's like that. This is the beginning of the suite. Thank you. So then I'm planning to finish this song, and I need your help for this. So this one, I want to include a mass chorus, meaning I want the audience to sing it together, and it's simple. So it just goes, I just want to sing Can we try? Just one time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just want to sing. Thank you. So that's that. So I will sing it by myself, and then later I will do this. So then that's the place that you will join. So, so after this narration, so I will play this piece. So this piece is about my mother. Again, like singing was the only way for her to help herself, save her life. But then, again, like when her family was very poor, so she needed to give up her dream to come to the U.S. Actually, there was a person, so she even met this person who said, I will pay all the tuitions. So only thing you have to ask your parent is to get the flight ticket to come to the U.S. Then my grandparent, her parent, could not purchase the flight tickets. So that's why she needed to give it up. So, yeah. So I am singing about the hope she felt in the singing, and also needed to have some like very harsh feeling in the end. So the place that I want you to help me is about the joy of the singing. So I will play it for you, and you will join me later, okay? So since she started, she was practicing. She was actually drawing it. She drew keys on the paper, and that's the way she was practicing at home. So I'm going to start with that. I just want to sing when I am in the mood of the song. It takes me to the world I've never been before. I just want to sing. Can you feel it when it creates the waves of emotions? There's nothing else in my town that would give me such feelings. The sound persists throughout me. I became something new. The hard memories I had before, I can't find them anymore. The famous songs and big hits, it's true that they are good, but just by humming a melody, happiness comes to me. So I just want to sing. Come in, please. I just want to sing. One more time. I just want to sing. One more time, please. I I just want to say thank you. Can you tell me? Can you tell me the truth? If I have been, I get really emotional when I sing this. I thought about my mom, burning out the way. Would you have let me see? That's it. Thank you for helping me. So, yeah. So, again, my mom's life became like that. And then this story is just amazing that you can't really believe it, probably. But so then she needed to give up her dream, but she became a kindergarten teacher. But then at the kindergarten, she had something really bad again, and she needed to give it up again. Then she was so heartbroken, and went back to her hometown. But then in her hometown, someone that she had known for a long time, all of a sudden became a novelist. That's that lady. That lady actually won a newspaper, finding a new novelist kind of contest. And she became, all of a sudden, she became one of the most famous novelists in Japan. And that lady needed someone to, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, yeah. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's so hard. So it's if it is about me, I would still cry. But when it's about your mom, it's so hard to stop crying. So anyway, so my mom met that new novelist, and that novelist, again, all of a sudden became a novelist. So she needed someone to help her. So my mom became her first secretary. So that's really interesting. And then they were the sweetest people of the planet, and then that changed my mom's life. So she started seeing the other side of the life. So I'm gonna write something called Flip It. So, and I'm still writing, so I can't play it for you today. But the melodies I'm thinking to write is flip it, turn it, see the other side. So that's what I'm thinking. Then see the other side, and you will find something else. That's the song I'm writing to describe this. And after that, can you believe this? Then my mom needed to experience the earthquake I talked about. She went through it. Then she said, "What's way too sad," and then she once cried, saying like, "Lord, no more trials." So that's the next piece I'm going to write. And then, but after that, she got the cancer. But she said when she got cancer, she was not that shocked, because she was saying something like, "I just wanted to know why I became cancer after I was trying to be the nicest person of the planet." And it felt like torture, but I wanted to see that why higher power gave this opportunity for me to see that the hardest thing in life. So I'm writing this piece called "Curiosity Wins." That's about she and how she went through the cancer. And now, after that, so Just Want to Sing will be in a different version. And she lost her voice because of the cancer surgery, but regained it. So I'm going to use this piece in a different way and talk about when she finally got the artificial jaw and started singing again. So I will talk about it. Then, after that, it's going to be at some point, my life. So this part is what I wanted to explain to you. So the red part here. So I will use this same piece in a little jazz-ish style and talk about when I started the jazz in Japan. So Japanese people were more thinking about the jazz should be only played by the American black people, black men. That's how Japanese people were thinking about jazz. So I got a lot of discrimination by that. So it's strange, but it was true. So there was one time that the Japanese radio station came to interview me and another black guy I totally respect and work together. Then when they broadcasted it, all my voice and name and everything were deleted. We were interviewed together. And again, we were interviewed together. And then I was the one that helped all the translation and everything, that they deleted all my name and the voice and everything, and it sounded like I was not there. So I experienced all these things, and then I thought I would write about it in this suite, but in a different way. So, and I made this little mock-up video. So this is, so I think that when I experienced that thing, that radio people deleted my voice, I realized that they probably love jazz very much, but in a strange way. And I thought when someone has the very strong love in a strange way, that could just protect some portion of the people, but they leave the others alone and don't care about the others. So, and I feel like that's the reason why we keep, like human beings, keep battling each other, killing each other. And I am, as an artist, I'm still thinking, how could I stop it? So, and this is the song I wrote to explain that. So this one has I Just Want to Sing too, so you can join me later. So this goes together. So this is what you call love. For you, love is to hold someone tight and leave the others alone. If you allow me to add some lines and colors, I would draw some reds under your hard-working arms, and I would put some flowers and let them bloom, and we will be in a harmony. I just want to sing. You can't take it away from me. I just want to sing. I sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it. I just want to sing. This is what I want in my life. I just want to sing. Thank you so much. And I go crazy after this. this is how it goes. Thank you for your help again. Thank you. Yeah, so the idea is I want to use this piece probably 3 times in the long suite. And since I'm a jazz musician, I will go like a pop American music, jazz type of groove. And then I could also have some improvisation like and it make it really loud and happy. So yeah, that's the plan. So, all right. So this is what I wanted to share with you about my ongoing project. So, do you have any question, or do you have something you want to talk with me, or something? I have some little some pieces to play with for you. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna be far from you, but yeah. So the answer is I'm basically mainly self-taught. So I listened to the recordings and things, and I got the feeling, and I just studied everything until I came to New York finally when I was 38. So at 30, when I could finally resign the job, right? But then, I came to New York so many times to see the real jazz. And by 35 or 6 or something, I finally realized that my savings are so low. And I thought I needed some funding to help me to come back to New York. And I found this scholarship from the government, finally. Then I applied for it when I was already 36 at the moment. And I got it, and I prepared everything. And then when I finally came, I was 38 already. So, and after that, I'm 50 at this today. So I'm here for 13 years. So for 13 years, I had some access to the real jazz musicians and the teachers. But before that, everything else, I just used my ears and did everything like that. Yeah. Am I answering to you well? Cool. Okay. All right. Is there any more question or something? Comments or anything? No. Yes. How do I select the instruments in my 17-piece orchestra? Is that your question? So yeah, so every instrument is like every friend of you. So meaning like everyone has everyone's character. I mean that each instrument had each instrument's character, and then also like if you play the flute, and if my another friend here, Olga, plays the flute, if Robin plays the flute, if Jason plays the flute, if that's the same instrument, it sounds different. So my job is think about the character of the instrument, and also think about the character of these people playing in my piece. So I want to show you something. So so let me find out something. This. So this is from that earthquake project. So again, like I interviewed a lot of people and wrote many pieces based on each story, right? So and I explained to you that so that pastor, the church, for instance, that they needed to just they couldn't come back to the same place, so they were like they needed to just go to many camps for more than a year. They were just being in the camp A, travel to Camp B, Camp C, Camp D, so they just needed to be the camp hoppers. So, and I wrote about his experience. So, I will have you check this video first.
Akira Sato was the pastor at Fukushima First Bible Baptist Church, whose over 200 believers were forced to leave their homes immediately following the nuclear plant explosion. He spent the following year moving from one evacuation camp to another. After 2 years, with the help of donations from all over the world, he and his supporters were finally able to build a new church in a different town. Joined by around 40 believers, he is now spreading love and gratitude and cultivating a new community. Yet, 11 years after the disaster, his hometown is still contaminated and abandoned. I named this piece, "Where is My Home?"
So this is a shocking story. So that the first thing I wanted to describe in the piece is the siren sound. So, but then I wanted to have it in a very like a shocking way. So I chose the strongest instruments in the band so that we could hear it. And it's the punch, like there are like instruments like soft sound, like whoo kind of sound. So I chose the more punchy sound to use these sirens. And after that, the one saxophone player will stand up and start playing a solo. And he's one of the most aggressive player in my band. So I wanted to have him, so I selected him intentionally to describe the very like hidden anger. The pastor is of course like a really sweet person, but he had this anger or struggle or all the difficult emotions in him. So, and I wanted to describe that with, having that saxophone guy to play in this piece. That's how I select instruments and the people to play on my piece. So. This person. So by the way, he's doing this, right? So then drums, it's doing it. Drums person is listening to him and playing together, pushing him to do even more aggressive things. Then other people doing dan, dan, dan. It's very organic. I'm just listening to the saxophone player. And then when I feel like, okay, I want this gang kind of sound, then I would just go to cue to everyone, okay? Cue, and that's how I'm doing. So it's very organic and it's different every time. So it's like this. So I think you could have some idea about how could you? Am I answering well? Cool. Okay. Yeah, it's like it's the really fun thing to work with a jazz band because you have whole different types of people and the soloists and they play all different things. So if you know better and better your members, then you can have them be themselves. Like this guy, it's just being himself here. then that's helping my music. So it's very much like, I feel like it's like a ideal society. Someone is being, very much that person, then it's helping me. So yeah, thank you for the great question. Thank you. So any questions or something or not? Then should I play one more piece or two more pieces for you? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to play, since I have been playing like really like sad and crying things, sorry about that. I'm just, at this moment I'm writing that, but again, like flip it, that piece flip it, turn it as a bright piece, and there are fun things, I promise. there are fun things in the suite too. But yeah, so I write a lot of like happy pieces too. So this one is called If I Could See Thad. So there was a jazz master who he passed away many years ago. Thad Jones, he is a trumpet player. He was a trumpet player and also one of the most famous jazz composers. So, and I love his work, and I worked with the band he made, but when I joined that band, he was already gone. He passed away many years ago before that, so I couldn't work with him. So this is the piece that I was just happily imagining if I could see Thad, how I would talk to him, and how I would I could possibly make music together with him, or so that's my imaginary Thad Jones and I having fun kind of piece. So it's a jazz piece, and I usually just play it on the piano as piano solo. But since I have a microphone, I will scat today. So I will do it in a special way today. So it's called If I Could See Sad. bubble. Pop, pop, That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. I can play one more piece for you. By the way, I don't usually sing, so this is a special thing that I'm doing. I usually work with singers, so I don't usually sing, but I like singing, so today I am just doing it for you. So, huh? Yeah, I just want you to sing, right? Yeah, I like singing. So, which one should I play? Would you like a song, or would you like a beautiful piano piece, or what do you want? Song? Okay. So then I will play again. I'm not a singer, so I can't really perfectly sing it, but I will still try it. So this is the piece I wrote like probably 2 years ago. It's called "Take My Thread." I'm gonna off mic. So this is called "Take My Thread." So I will tell you the lyrics. Take my thread, the one I once decided not to give to anyone. Take my thread before I get awfully scared and take back. Look at the sky, see the blue. Look at the trees, see the green. We can add many colors you'd like, and we are gonna weave this thing called true love. That's the lyrics. All right. Take this thread, the one I once decided not to give to anyone. Take the thread before I get awfully scared and take it back. Look at the sky, see the blue. Look at the tree and see the green. You can add many colors you'd like. And we're gonna weave this thing called true love. Give me that thread. I promise you that I will cherish it and care for it. Give me that thread before I get awfully scared and return it back to you. Look at the sun, see the red. Look at the butterfly, see the yellow. We can add more colors you'd like. And we're gonna weave this thing called true love. In the freezing winter's cold, it will keep your hands warm. Let's make it long and big so it can cover you up. Oh, I will make a masterpiece, but I can't do it alone. So help me. Take this thread. Look at me in my eye. I look at you in your eyes. You will see how I capture the world. You'll be the biggest part of it. If you take that sled and the blistering summer heat, you keep you in the shade. Let's make it long and big so we can cover you up. Oh, I will make a masterpiece, but I can't do it alone. So help me take this thread and the fall and the autumn leaves, and the blooming flowers spring. I will make a masterpiece, but I can't do it alone. I'm ready for it. Take my thread. Ooh, for me. Take my thread. Take it from me. Take that thread from me. This is it. Thank you so much. I think that's about it. But if you, what do you think? If you have any questions, I will answer. Or if we want to, okay. I write a lot of Japanese songs too, and it's completely different. So English rhythms, the rhythm of English language and Japanese language, it's very different. So it sounds so different. But if you Google my name and go to my YouTube, I have some Japanese lyrics with me playing in a Japanese language too. Yeah. Is that the? Am I answering well? Oh, so your question is if I'm translating the languages. Yeah, it's okay, totally. I like talking. So, no. So when I write English lyrics, I think about things in English. And when I write it in Japanese, I totally think things in Japanese. And I feel very different. So for instance, this one is very American pop kind of rhythm, and it doesn't really match the Japanese language. So for instance, there is same key. I have a completely different piece, Japanese with Japanese lyrics, but the same key. But it goes, "Kimi wa hontou wa hiko da yo." So different. It's like more jumping, moving around kind of rhythm. And the Japanese languages are more like sliding, slowly kind of groove. So yeah, that's how I compose two different ones. Yeah, thank you for asking. So any more questions or anything? Yes. He is like Hayao. If you don't know about him, Hayao Miyazaki is the most famous animator in Japan, creator of animation movies, and he became super famous when I was a kid. So that was the moment that he was becoming more famous every work he made, And I was a kid, just watching all these movies when I was a kid. So I have to say that I can still play this music that he used in the movies. Do you know that one? いつも歌ってます。Oh, you can speak it in Japanese. I didn't know. Yeah, this is from, how do you call it? I don't know the English name for this. You don't know? Yeah, so the Hayao Miyazaki's works have a very beautiful music and animation together, and it really, like, we get really emotional too. So I think that was, I have to say, like, the other things, like, you know, about the novelist's work that I was reading the novelist's work, Ayako Miura's work, when I was a kid. So I probably got influenced by those things, but and it's like, as a Japanese person, I was eating rice every day, and just like that, Hayao Miyazaki's work was always there. So I have to say, I was just, as I eat more rice, I was probably like, affected by his movie like naturally, and I probably can't really recognize it. It's so deep inside of me, I guess. Is it a? Am I answering well? I'm asking this every time.
Yeah, I just was curious of how much influence from the music and the mix of the animation.
Oh, other things. Yeah. So, yeah, when I started combining the art forms, it's more by the artist residencies. When I go to artist residencies, I meet the artists from the different categories. So I have novelists, and Robin is mixing the words and her visual artwork, and Jason is a composer. So every time I go to different artist residencies, I meet different kinds of art and how those amazing artists are incorporating their like a private life and their mindset and everything into their work. And that's when I made that video with the I Just Want to Sing video, animation video, I got influenced by the animator. I was when I went to another residency called McDowell Residency. So yeah, so that's then I'm interested in the older artworks, so art forms. So I just I'm stealing a lot of things from you. Yeah. Any questions or any more things? Is that it? Okay, so wait. I wanted to do one gift for you. Is it okay if I use another 5 minutes or so to play something? Okay. So first thing I would do is I would airdrop this video from my cell phone to my MacBook. Okay. Or should I just send it to me? So I just took this beautiful sunrise video. Wait, how do I do it? Yesterday at the Anderson Center. Wait, okay. I hope I'm sending it to myself in the right way. And I thought, wait. Sorry, I should have prepared this, but I really want to do it for you. Wait a minute. Oh, yes. Okay, it's here. Okay, here. This. I will do the improvisation with this video that I just took yesterday when the sun is rising up and up. So that's a gift for you. Thank you for coming again. And I'm so happy that I could spend this time with you. Thank you. All right. Turn to a different video. That's what I wanted to do for you. Thank you again.